Welcome back, Honorable Chair and Commissioners. Before we call the Mayor, Jacob Mafume, I would like to call one Engineer PM to clarify one or two issues. Yes. Honorable Chair.
Pagamile mabena moyo.
Pagamile.
Oh, okay. Pagamile mabena moyo.
Thank you.
You say that evidence you are going to give for this commission so for the truth, nothing else but the truth. If you do so, you may raise your right hand and say, so help me God.
So help me God.
We can start with the takers.
Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Engineer Moyo, you have been called to appear before this commission to assist the commission which is inquiring into governance issues in respect of the seat of Harare. You are aware of that?
Yes, sir.
You confirm that you are the current acting town clerk for the seat of Harare.
Yes, I confirm that.
Since when did you assume the role of an acting town clerk?
It should be sometime in August. I'm not sure of the exact date.
If you may raise your voice so that everyone can hear you.
I said I'm not sure of the exact date, but it should be sometime in August last year, 2024.
Where do you reside?
521 Rafford Close, Strathaven.
What are your qualifications?
The BSc in Civil Engineering and then MBA in Marketing, in Management.
You have primarily been called here for one or two issues. Do you know one, Matthew Mara?
Yes, I do.
How do you know him?
As an employee of City of Harare.
What is he employed as?
I understand executive assistant to the town clerk.
Okay. I am in possession of a document dated 24 January 2025. I'll ask you to have sight of it. What is it? I'm sure. It's suspension from employment with benefits. Because we take that the documents as a bundle of documents, should be 71. Have you had sight of that document?
Yes, sir.
Who is the author of that document?
The author is from the acting human capital manager, director, sorry.
Okay. Oh, he's the one who authored it.
Originated it, yes.
Or originated the document.
Yes, sir.
So it was meant for your signature.
Yes, sir. Acting Human Capital Director, Mr. Matengaru.
Or Matengaru.
Yes, sir.
On whose instructions?
I'm not sure whether it was instruction. It wasn't from me, definitely. Yes.
According to the document, Matthew Mara was supposed to be suspended from duty.
Yes, sir.
And that was soon after you gave evidence before this commission.
Yes, sir.
And you are dissociating yourself from that document.
Before we get this Exhibit 73,
Yes.
also of which we have,
Yes, sir.
it's supposed to have been signed by the town clerk.
Yes, sir.
Here.
Yes, sir.
But it's not yours.
I did not originate the document.
Yes, I'm going to cover that aspect to Michelle. According to the document, Matthew Mara was supposed to be suspended. Were you aware of the circumstances surrounding the suspension of Matthew Mara? Are you aware?
Not precisely. What I know.
If you are not aware, that's
Yeah, I'm not. Yes, sir.
So why did you refuse to sign the document?
No, he didn't say it.
Yes, okay. I'm going ahead. Did you sign the document?
No, why is the document not signed?
Did you sign the document?
No, I did not.
Why did you not sign the document?
I thought there were still some issues that were still going through council, and I did not have a council resolution to effect the contents of the document.
So there was no council resolution to suspend Matthew Mara. Is that so?
No, there was no specific resolution saying it should be suspended.
In other words, you did not find the suspension to be in order, to be lawful.
Yes, usually I'm guided by council resolutions, so I did not have a specific resolution for this one.
Okay. You confirm that you then wrote to the acting chamber secretary.
Okay.
Is that so?
Yes, I did.
What was the nature of your advice to the chamber secretary?
which exhibit? Is the exhibit?
It's just
The following one. On
yes,
the
the following
27th
document.
of
Yes,
January.
dated in. Proceed, acting town clerk.
Yes, I did send this. Give an instruction to the chamber secretary to seek an opinion on the grievances raised by retired major.
Okay. I will refer you to a letter dated 31 January 2025, following letter. Tell us about that letter.
Of the
31 January 2025.
This the resolutions passed by council in December regarding the results of the job evaluation for grades 1 to 3 was not very clear. It was an ambiguous resolution.
So the resolution of what?
Of
what date?
Should be 18th.
Of December.
Yes.
Was not clear.
It was not clear what the executive had, what line of action the executive had to do in terms of workers, staff members who were in grade 1 to 3. It was quite ambiguous. So they had instructed us, they had instructed the town clerk to negotiate or engage the affected employees and find their opinion with regard to where they should be placed in the meantime as we wait for the local government board decision.
Okay. So you did wrote to Matthew Mother advising him of that?
Yes, to all the affected employees.
Okay. Is there anything else which you may want to inform this commission?
No, sir.
I'm sure. Honorable Chair, I have no further leads. The witness is not the one who actually authored that document, and maybe they may need to call the person who authored that purported suspension letter, 1B Matenga Rufu. Okay, my colleague has 2 questions for the witness.
Right. Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Mapena Moyo, you have been shown a letter which was brought to you for your signature and which you didn't sign.
Yes, sir.
And the reason that you have given is that you did not have a council resolution.
Yes, sir.
Now, this situation was unusual, was it not?
I would say so.
It was unusual.
It was unusual.
You must have asked Matenga Rufu under whose instructions he had written that letter.
The letter also was as a result of the ambiguity of the...
Let me ask you again.
Yes.
You must have asked Matenga Rufu who had instructed him to write that letter.
Yes.
Who instructed Matenga Rufu to write that letter?
Matenga Rufu was saying he was being pressured to effect the resolution of the 18th of December, which was, as I said, was very ambiguous.
Pressured by who?
pressured by councillors and the policymakers.
Name them.
I think you can.
No.
Not in a position
No,
to name.
Mr. Mapena Moyo, you are the acting secretary, town clerk. You have been given a letter, which is unusual, and which comes soon after the subject of that letter had testified before this commission. And you refused to sign it, or you didn't sign it. You must have inquired as to who the author of that was, who was giving instructions. You must have.
We were talking why I say the resolution.
You must have asked.
No, allow the witness to answer, please.
The resolution was very ambiguous. After the meeting, some were saying you need to follow.
No. We haven't gotten to the resolution.
Yes.
When my colleague asked when my colleague asked you why you had not signed that letter, you said it was because of an absence of a resolution.
Yes.
Right. As opposed to the existence of an ambiguous resolution. Right? Is that not the case? You have then gone on to tell this commission that he was under pressure from councillors and policymakers. Have you not?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And when you said councillors, you must have asked. Remember, you were speaking under oath.
Yes, sir.
And remember that Matenga Rufu may be asked to come and give evidence in this commission.
Yes, sir.
And remember that he might then be truthful about that conversation. And remember that if there is a variance between that truthfulness and yours, questions will arise as to whether or not you have lied to this commission. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now tell us the names that were mentioned as being those that were pressuring him to sign this irregular and unusual letter.
Well, I would say the original resolution was crafted by the Human Resources, so it was coming from his side. It was coming from Human Resources Committee members and probably the mayor.
The mayor. In fact, I would suggest to you that for whatever reason, you were hesitant to tell us that the information you were given is that the mayor was pressuring Matenga Rufu for that letter.
Yes, so I would not say 100%.
No, you say yes. They are
Yes.
Yes. In fact, from what you're telling us, it is quite clear that the power behind that pressure was the mayor. And you know that.
I won't be 100% because I did not have that conversation.
But
with me.
his name was mentioned by Matenga Rufu.
Yes.
And Matenga Rufu would have used that name so that you sign.
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. I'll remove the aggression now and put you at ease. You are talking in terms with Matenga Rufu?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Tell me exactly how he approached you, or how you approached him, and what was said about this, man to man. Apart from saying good morning, what else did he say?
Well, I was away on leave and I only came back in
Yeah,
December.
you see,
So when I came back...
You see, the
yeah.
problem, Param still is.
Yeah, all right, sure.
Your name
So-
says Para might means
Yeah,
raise your voice. Yeah, right, fine. Talk.
Okay, so when he started on this conversation,
Yes.
it started off that resolution, some people are saying that resolution, people should go back to whatever grades they were, to their positions, and And the resolution, the committee was saying that Major Marara was not, did not have a position to go back to.
Right, fine. Then, the mayor's name, who brought up the mayor's name or title, was it you or it was Matengarufu?
Matengarufu. And I never had any discussions with the mayor on this.
Yeah. What did Matengarufu say, or words to that effect?
That the...
Mr. Mpofu, kindly pay attention because you are the one who was getting a bit on the aggression. Right.
That...
Matengarufu said?
That the mayor and the councillors were saying that Major Marara must be removed because he has no place to go back to.
Good. Fine. You heard that?
Thank you very much.
Right. Can you then go slow?
Yes.
Fine.
Okay. I think the point that the chairman has fully assisted me in getting out of you is that the information you were given is that the mayor and his councillors were pressuring him.
Yes, sir.
You then wrote to the town clerk seeking for his guidance.
To the chamber
To
secretary.
the chamber secretary, sorry.
Yes.
What guidance were you seeking?
We were seeking an interpretation of the resolution from our external lawyers.
And then this culminated in the letter that you then wrote, purportedly implementing the resolution.
The last one.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, okay, so let me suggest it to you that what is clear from the evidence that is being given is that for whatever reason, what triggered this movement involving Marara from the mayor and the councillors and everybody else was his testimony here.
What is the comment?
I'm not sure when the original issue was debated in the committee, in the HR committee, whether it was before or
I'm
after.
talking about the excitement about this because you only got this letter. And remember, you were not told about ambiguity. You were told that the mayor was pressuring.
I acted on the ambiguity issue came. That's when we had to ask the chamber secretary to guide us on what the resolution said exactly in terms of the employees affected by the grade 1 to 3 issue, all of them.
May I suggest to you that yours was a way of finding a route with which to comply with the mayor, since you had been told that he was the one pressuring.
No.
May I request that he answer? Because it may be that.
All right.
No.
In this position, I'm just obligated to follow the resolutions that are given to me.
Yes, okay.
Yes. In fact, from the evidence that we've been given in this commission, the totality of it is that the office of the mayor acts as an executive one. Where you actually get directions on employment issues.
What is your view?
Well, as I said previously, I get directions on employment issues or any other issues from resolutions made by the relevant committees. So we were trying to...
that's not what I asked you.
Yes, I don't get direct instructions from the mayor. I get instructions from the resolutions.
No. Let me come from a different thrust. You have been given a letter which has been authored by Matengarufu, seeking your endorsement.
Yes, sir.
And when you are reluctant to do so and write correctly so, you are now told that it is the councillors and the mayor who's putting pressure that Marara must go. The question, I hope I'm right, that with that type of behavior and conduct, would you not get the impression that the mayor is interfering from an executive with the executive or the management, yet he is not an executive mayor? Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yes.
I think what my impression was that the councillors and the mayor had their own interpretation of the resolutions that were passed on that day. And their interpretation was that people who were advanced by the job evaluation should go back to their previous positions until we get confirmation from local government board. And as such, it was their belief that Major Marara did not have a position to go back to. That is
you see, you're answering a wrong question and you're anticipating a question. I don't think you've been asked of that. The question is, whatever their reason for asking you to sign,
yes, sir.
would that be interpreted as an interference with the day-to-day running of the council by the non-executive persons?
Well, it's yeah, that's why I was saying maybe it's an interpretation. We will, maybe that's why we were trying to get a legal opinion. Maybe. Yeah, okay.
Why are we getting legal opinion? Why are we getting legal opinion?
Because we're not clear with the resolution that had been passed, whether it meant that we should remove him from there.
Two last issues. This resolution that was causing this movement, which was being a subject of interpretation, when was it made?
In December.
December
2024.
When exactly?
Here it says 18th.
18th December.
Full council.
And it wasn't spoken of until after Major Marara had given evidence.
It was spoken of. I think
to you.
Not to me, not directly.
I'm talking to you. And you were the town clerk in December?
Yes, but...
nobody came after the resolution, no one at the agency to come to you and say, look, we have this resolution, please implement it.
I was on leave from the 20th of December and I came back on the 22nd of January. Just after. So I went on leave just after this council meeting, the last council meeting.
Your office wasn't closed?
It wasn't closed.
And no such agents came to your office?
Not that I am aware of.
Yeah. Okay. Let's park that point. Secondly, if the issue was as clear-cut as an interpretation, why do you think Matenga Rufu would mention the name of the mayor in coercing you to sign? He didn't mention the minister, he didn't mention the sweeper, he didn't mention anybody, he mentioned the mayor. Why?
The mayor and the councillor.
Why?
Well, I have no idea.
Is it in fact not clear that the use of the name of the mayor was in order to coerce you to sign?
I'm not sure whether they wanted to coerce me.
And for it to be used as a coercion tool is because it indeed is a force within your council. It is an executive office, not a ceremonial one as the law dictates.
As far as I understand, it's not an executive position. It's more of a policymaker And that is why I say on the executive side, we take our instruction from the policymakers through the resolutions.
I have nothing further, but my colleague has an issue.
Two issues, Chair.
Yes.
Engineer Moyo, you are
You want?
the Director of Harare Water.
Yes,
Confirm?
yes, that's my substantive.
Yes, kindly give us the real information we want. As of today, what has been done about the pollution of the Lake Chivero? Is Harare Water safe for the residents?
Harare water, the water that we treat and leaves Morton Jeffrey is safe. It complies with all the international and local standards.
Can I safely go and get a glass of water for you to drink in here?
Yes, madam.
Investigators.
No.
Chair, this is the
If you are so
extent.
if you are generous, get him alcohol.
Yes, Chair. I did this deliberately because this is the fear or the phobia that residents have to drink tap water in Harare.
But he is here to dispel that fear.
Yes, that's why we had requested him for a glass of water from the tap.
Maybe he's not thirsty.
If he may, just convince us that he also takes that
Right,
water.
let's move on to another question.
Thank you, Chair. So, Engineer Moyo, give us updates of what has been done so far to investigate and come to a resolution on a way forward, because we received media statements that this Lake Chivero, where the water is coming from, has been polluted to an extent that we lost 5 rhinos, 1,000 fish, and so forth. What is the state of affairs? Just update us.
The state of affairs is such that the drought, the successive years of drought have not, our lake has not spilled. So the pollutants, the concentration of pollutants has really gone up. And with the hot weather, we have had algae proliferation. We're hoping that the rains, when the rains will come and the lake spills, we'll have a better quality of water. But despite that fact, we are treating the water, even though we're using much more chemicals, we are treating the water to the required standards.
Very well. Have you identified the sources of pollution which proliferated the lake a few weeks ago?
The sources of pollution are basin-wide. Our river basin starts from as far away towards Marondera, Rua. So the pollution comes from the towns, Rua, Epworth, Tungwiza, and ourselves. And the number one, the major pollutants that are causing that are nitrates and phosphates. And we also have farming activities going on in the basin. So the fertilizer also from these farming activities, sometimes it also finds its way into the lake.
So as council, has anything been done to mitigate the proliferation of pollutants into our safe drinking water?
It should be a joint effort. We as council,
From who and who?
there is Emma, ourselves, the metropolitan government. We have Rua, Epworth, and Chitungwiza. Those are we don't have much control over them. So with Emma also, they have where they regulate and.
Okay. So, as council of the city of Harare, has anything been done to mitigate the sewage pests which we are witnessing all over the city? Because you are also a major contributor to the pollution in the lake. Isn't it your role for Department of Works?
Yes, it is. But we, at the moment, we are involved in various talks with different interministerial committees from government who are trying to assist us to do the necessary work that we need to do at our treatment works and in our network, in our sewer trunk network.
So what would be your comment if I say that the pollution in the lake where we draw our water to drink is also being contributed by the failure by the city of Harare to curb sewage pests as well as the failure to collect refuse?
Well, I would say,
What would be your comment?
I would say the city of Harare is contributing quite significantly in the basin through sewerage, untreated sewerage spilling into our river sources, into our water source.
So you agree with me basically?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then let's move over to the cattle. How many cattle at the moment does the city of Harare have at Pension and Ingwe Farm? I'm looking at your cattle register. You are the director. As of today, the ratepayers need to know how many cattle does the city have?
From my last information, we're hovering around 4,000 in all farms.
In all farms.
Yes.
What is the use or the benefit to the residents of the city being in possession of cattle on their behalf?
We get the cattle. We are not in the cattle business as such. The cattle that we have are part of our sewage treatment system. It's part of what we call tertiary treatment, whereby we partially treat the sewer that we cannot treat, and then we pump it onto the farms where we grow special grasses. We grow kikuyu grass and star grass, and the cattle trim down the grass and promote growth and uptake of the nutrients, the phosphates and the nitrates that I was talking about.
So eventually, can these cattle be disposed for a benefit to city revenue?
Their primary purpose is for sewage treatment.
So you want to tell me 4,000 cattle will just be moving in the sewage system until they die? Is it what you say?
No, I'm not saying that. Yes, we do hold cattle sales from time to time in order to finance our operations.
Do you have that register? Because we are interested
Register
of the cattle sales. And how much was realized from the cattle sales? Because on your registers, I am observing, at one point having sold 51 beasts, 10 beasts. Can we see the end result of the revenue which was generated? And I am talking to the right man. You are the director.
Yes.
You are responsible for these cattle. Can I see the register of the sales?
Okay.
And where the money went to?
We can make
If
that.
possible, who bought, which butchery took them? Because this is a very suspicious register with numbers increasing and decreasing, but we couldn't verify with somebody who came here and they said, you are the man in charge.
Okay.
Can I have that by Wednesday? That is tomorrow, around 4?
Sure.
The whole cattle register, especially the sales.
The sales.
From 20, I would want to verify my figures here. From 2021 up to date. If there is need, we might recall you to verify.
Didn't they have cattle before that date?
No, they submitted a register from 2021, so I just want to verify
Just
with a
find out
sample.
whether they've had cattle before.
Yes. Have you been in possession of the cattle? Since when? Were the farms furnished with cattle? Oh, sorry, this is a register from 2019, Chair.
Sure.
Yes. Since when has the project of the tertiary treatment been running?
I To the best of my knowledge, I think the farms, the irrigation of farms started around 1973.
So the 29, why 29 register?
I beg your pardon?
Why the 29 register only? Because you submitted the register from 2019 up to 2024 December on Ingwe Farm and Pension Farm. Okay, Chair, since I'm just, after trying to sample the period under submission, especially the period under review, I would like him to give us an inventory or the sales book from 2019 up to 2024.
2019.
Yes, up to 2024.
2024.
Yes, if you can.
Why not 2017? Why not 2017 date?
I think
Can you?
he
Because
can
if-
also assist us in that regard.
Are you able to go backwards?
I'm sure we can.
Yes, because if the scheme has been running for so many years, up to 73, they should be able to pick up from
Then our terms of
2017.
reference is from when? Then our terms of reference are from 2017, yes.
2017, yes.
I think we'll stick to our terms of reference,
Okay,
2017 to date,
Sure.
yes. Would it be the same cattle that you were investing in the sunshine meats at one point,
At one point, I understand Sunshine Mills was involved
in the sale of the beef?
yes,
Okay. And then it ended when the operations wound up?
yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Then in terms of water treatment, just confirm if the project by Nanotech kicked off, we had a deal where you signed MOUs with Nanotech
yes.
to purify water through a solar-powered system. Has it taken off the ground?
It sort of took off, but then it stopped. I understand Nanotech were paid an amount, and they mobilized on site, and but there hasn't been much work going on site because the Reserve Bank has asked for, in order for the project to continue, for acquittals of the amounts that were paid.
Yes, we had that sticking issue with Kusangaya.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
ma'am.
but by the time Engineer Chisango also came in here, he gave us evidence that you had re-engaged Nanotech, Chair, if you remember.
Yes.
And the letter had been dispatched to reconsider taking on board Nanotech as your complementary water purifier in terms of the partnership of the project. Why are you not overseeing so that this project kicks off? Because monies have already been paid to a service provider. Are you not concerned that this money is going to go unused or unutilized? Because they are saying your council has blocked them from starting the project. Otherwise, they are ready to be on the go.
The project remains between Nanotech and the Reserve Bank.
But you are the town clerk. Are you
Yes,
not
sir.
the parties to the MOU?
Nanotech have the obligation to do the acquittals.
Are they refusing?
I think with the finance director, they've been up and down to the bank and so on, but I don't think the acquittals that they provided were sufficient. So we are still waiting for them to do what has been requested by the Reserve Bank.
So this has stalled the commencement of the project?
Yes.
Okay, Chair. I have no further questions
Yes,
with the
thank you.
engineer. If I may hand over the witness to the bar.
Yes, thank you.
Just one question, Chair, on the last comment that the engineer made. Who is supposed to do the acquittal? Which institution between your city of Harare and Nanotech? Who received the money from the RBZ and are obligated to acquit? Because there seems to be no clarity as to who is expected to acquit.
The Reserve Bank provided the money directly to to the contractor, which is Nanotech, and the obligation is on them to show the Reserve Bank how they use that money, to prove to the Reserve Bank how they use the money.
Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you, Chair. Engineer, I want to take you back to the letter of the 24th of January. That is the first page.
Okay, yes, sir.
In that letter to Mr. Marara, there are allegations of him having contravened the SI that governs the relationship between the City Council and him and him.
Yes.
It's basically a charge sheet. And the charge, the allegations are that he misled council into coming up with a resolution that defies the ministerial directives. Is that a correct interpretation of the letter?
Which is on the first paragraph.
In that letter, the conduct that you're supposed to be complaining about was that his advice to the council committee resulted in the council giving wrong advice that defies ministerial directives.
Yes, I think, is it with regards to the,
Last paragraph of the letter.
yes, with regards to the need to consult local government on appointments? Exactly, yes.
That is what the letter was saying, what was suggested.
Yes, sir.
Can you confirm that you did not sign this letter? You
No, I-
did not agree with the contents.
I did not sign it, yes, sir.
But the import of that, the committee was trying to blame Mr. Marara for the whole resolution. Read the
Yeah, it says, yes, in terms of acting on your advice, Council proceeded to make resolutions which are contrary to guidelines and statutory requirements.
So that letter was trying to blame retired Major Marara for the resolutions that resulted from what he advised. Is that correct? That is what the letter said.
Yes, that is what the letter is saying.
Now, I just want to understand from where you sit, who advises who on policy matters? Is it a council employee advising the committees or the committees advising the executive? Now, I'll tell you why I'm asking for it.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
You told us that you wait for resolutions before you carry out actions. But now, in this letter, it seems to suggest that the resolutions were motivated by another executive member. So can you clarify on that aspect and how it works? What starts first?
How it works is that for any relevant reports to committees, if it's an HR issue, the HR director is the one who advises the policymakers. At this point, I understand Major Marara was the acting Human Resources Director. So he was asked a specific question and responded according to what is in there.
And does he have is it part of his portfolio to give legal advice to council? They don't change the signature.
Well, it depends on who was answering questions at that particular time.
Why I ask is, I tend to agree with why he didn't sign this letter. What it suggests is not practical. Is it within his mandate to give legal advice to council? Mr. Marara is acting human capital director.
I'm not sure on this particular time.
I'm talking about legal, general legal.
General legal, usually all questions to the executive are directed to the town clerk, who then might direct the relevant official to answer. So I'm not sure who was the town clerk there, whether he was the acting town clerk at that particular point or he was responding as acting human resources director.
Which is why you refuse to associate yourself with the allegations.
Yes.
Now, in coming up with these resolutions, what role does the Chamber Secretary play?
The Chamber Secretary.
Lawyer,
The Chamber Secretary advises council and both the executive and the policymakers on legal issues. And yeah.
So in as far as legal issues are concerned, the buck stops with the Chamber Secretary?
Unless the head of department is I mean, if we are sitting in a health housing committee, it's usually the health director who is answerable. And if he needs assistance from the chamber secretary, he is free to do so because the chamber secretary will also be in that meeting.
Okay. After having not decided the content of that letter, you wrote to the chamber secretary.
Right. Yes, sir.
Because he's the one that knows the implications of any council decision.
Yes, sir.
Was that letter even replied?
This one.
You remember?
This one.
27 January.
Yeah, this one. I still haven't gotten the written the results.
It's a little bit suspicious for us because the speed at which these letters were being exchanged and how it's become to a sudden halt is questionable. Engineer Marara appeared on the 15th of January. On the 24th, this letter was drafted. On the 27th, he wrote a minute. All of a sudden, it stopped.
On the 27th, the 27th, I think this was after I'd seen sight of this original letter, and then the 27th, I was still looking for it. Yes.
Let's go to your letter of 31 January.
Yes, sir.
You still insist that you authored that letter?
This letter was authored by, it's also authored by the Human Resources Director, Human Capital Director. This was after we're seeking to, clarify the resolutions of December.
So the one that you signed it, the one of the 31st,
Yes, sir.
authored by Machenga?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, as the CEO, what was your position given that you had served a suspension letter and now we're giving instructions to somebody who had been suspended on the 27th of January?
I had not served a suspension letter.
It was just you refused to sign it?
Yes, sir.
But it had been authored?
It had been authored, yes.
Reportedly on the instigation of the policymakers.
Right.
Now, this person is now being given new instructions while undergoing these investigations and you're waiting for legal opinion. Is that correct?
Yes. It's not to this particular individual. All people affected by the movement of grade 1 to 3 because the resolution says we have to deal with all of them between grade 1 and 3.
Is this why it was then written to the residential addresses and not their official capacities? Because I see this letter is directed to his residence, everything else is to his office.
Well, I'm not sure of I'm not sure of the protocols in terms of.
But you simply just signed this letter.
Yes, sir.
As you refused to have it.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is your position in regards to this issue? Forget what the letter said. Do you not agree that it was going to be apparent that there was a calculated attack on you, Mr. Mara? The timing was suspicious.
Yeah, that's one of the contributing factors in that. One of the contributing factors was that there's still a commission running, and we don't know where it is going, and we don't want to be seen to be going ahead of the commission. And the second reason was because of the ambiguity of the resolution that was passed on the 18th of December and the different interpretations that we were getting from committee members and so on, from the policymakers.
So this resolution refers to the job evaluation done by Norima.
Yes, sir.
That was implemented in people given new grades.
Yes, sir.
Last year.
Yes, sir.
And now there's an emergency to fix it during the process of inquiry.
Well, I think some of the issues arising were raised in the commission, in that the issue of confirmation of the executive position with the local government board, which is the normal practice on all job movements, job-related issues for the executives.
Now, lastly, this might be a wild card. Is the mayor part of the employers, what you call it, employer at City Council, or is the policymaker?
The policymaker?
Not the employer.
No.
We've got a letter here that was written to the NEC,
Yes,
nominating him as an employer. I understand you're the CEO effectively of Towns. Were you privy to this letter?
No.
That nominates him as part of the employers for NEC purposes?
No, not that I had not had sight of that one.
But that's an executive decision, and we're supposed to be
The NEC is composed of, on the employer side, both policymakers and executive. The way they nominate the policymakers is not our side. They do that within their side of the policymakers.
But when they communicate to the NEC, they do it individually, in individual capacities, or through City of
They do directly with as a component of the NEC, of the Employment Council. They directly deal with the executive of the National Employment Council.
Lastly, in your opinion, what is the relationship between the policymakers and the executive in as far as administrative roles are defined? Would you feel that there's an overstep by the policymakers in terms of day-to-day running? You being the current CEO.
Well, in terms of day-to-day running, we are guided by council resolutions. There might be some times with councillors, they come in with specific requests. Can you attend to a sewer burst in my area? Can you attend to? But that is why is what we find to be, what I find to be normal in terms of registering their concerns. But in terms of giving instructions, we only get our instructions through council resolutions.
Administrative, I was talking about administrative, not your...
Administratively?
Are they involved in the procurement of things that you use as council?
No, not that I know. No.
And in tenders, how involved?
They are not even in the tender committees or evaluation teams.
Do they attend procurement meetings as councillors?
No.
As chairpersons of committees?
No, not that I know. They are not supposed to.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Ms. Mabena, thank you for coming to assist the Commission. Maybe just one or two questions in an area perhaps you are more familiar with, the water area.
Yes, sir.
Now, many areas in your city are not receiving water. Can you just explain to this Commission how much water you are pumping on a daily basis, how much actually reaches the consumers, and what you are losing in transmission? Just summarize that for us.
Yeah. Of late, maybe before, for most of last year, we were pumping around 350 megaliters per day. And in August, our other source of water, Prince Edward Dam, ran dry, and we decommissioned Prince Edward, where we were getting in about 60 megaliters per day, and that brought us to 300, an average of 300 after decommissioning. Then right now, because of the pollution and the difficulty that we have in treating the water and the chemicals, we are around 260, 280 megaliters per day. In terms of what we call non-revenue water is a combination of both physical and commercial losses. So our non-revenue water, last study was estimated at 60% of what we pump. So of that 60% that we pump, 60% of that is commercial losses. This is due to non-functional meters, water thefts, and basically it's more of we cannot account for the water in terms of payments. People are not paying for that for one reason or another. So we estimate our physical losses to be around 20% of what we pump. But most of our non-revenue water is from what we call commercial losses.
Now, so if you are pumping, let's say, I take a top figure of 350 megaliters, what is the demand supposed to be per day, Nara?
Our demand is over 800 megaliters per day, and maximum we get up to about 1,000, 1,200.
So you look at 800 megaliters, you pump 350 megaliters, and you lose 60% of that 350. Do I get you correct here?
No, I was saying our physical losses, we estimate them to be at around 20.
Physical loss is about 20.
Yes, the other losses are...
non-revenue in total is 60.
Yes, including commercial losses.
Including
Mostly commercial losses, yes.
So what ends up getting to the residents?
What ends up getting to the residents? If we are saying we are pumping about an average of 300, maybe on average the residents should be getting anywhere above 250 megaliters.
Against a demand of 800.
Yes, the demand for 800 is for the greater Harare area. We have other areas that are not currently connected. We have areas in the southern areas. As you go towards the Mafume toll gate, that whole area, even though it's not incorporated into Harare right now, we don't save that area. But we estimate that probably have in excess of about 60,000 households there. We also have Caledonia, where we have maybe more than 30,000 households there. It's also outside that it's not connected. But we're also serving other urban centers nearby, like Chitungwiza, which the area that we are serving in Chitungwiza is also expanding. Rua is also expanding. Norton is also expanding. So that's why we say our total commitment will be around that much, including the unserviced.
Around what? What is the total commitment? Including all these outlying areas?
Yes, it's between 800 and 1,000 megaliters per day.
1,000.
Yes, sir.
Now, as Director Water, what plans are in place to alleviate this problem? What are you doing about it as City of Harare?
The mandate to produce additional water is now being given to Zinwa, and the Kunzi project is underway, and we're hoping that Kunzem Summit Dam projects to alleviate some of our problems.
Now, as the director, are you comfortable seeing that water selling business is booming in Harare? It is being aided by failure by council. Is that an ideal situation for a metropolis like Harare?
No, it is not. Actually, it's a cause of concern for us because the residents cannot afford that kind of money that is being charged by the private sellers. So we try our best to share what little is there through what we call demand management, where we try and give each area at least twice a week so that they can fill their tents.
Right, engineer, just some clarification. The letter which you refused to sign on the 24th of January.
Yes, sir.
Confirm that it was authored by Matengarofu.
Yes, I do. I confirm.
And the instructions or request or pressure was coming from the mayor.
That is from what is the mayor and the committees. Yeah. That is what.
That's what you were told.
Yes.
That's what you were told.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a reason to go against that they did not do, or to say they didn't? You believe that? You believe that is what, as we were told by Matengarofu?
Well, as a colleague that I've worked with,
So in other words, you can't contradict that?
I believe.
Then again, the letter of the 27th of January, which you signed where you sought legal opinion from the chamber secretary, again was drafted by Matengarofu and you signed.
Yes, sir.
Was this after a discussion with Matengarofu?
It was after a discussion regarding the first letter.
All right, fine. And are you aware that the letter of the 31st of January?
Yes.
Suspension, the new structures? Was it also with a discussion, after a discussion with Matengarofu?
Yes, after they tried to verify with the committee in terms of the...
Did Matengarofu say anything about this letter vis-a-vis someone was telling him as to what to say and what not to say?
It was more about after having gotten the hard copy of the resolution of the 18th of December.
Did he say anything about the mayor?
No, it did not.
Now, the one again of the 31st, which is a memo, implementation of council resolution signed by Matengarofu.
31st, yes.
Why was it not signed by you yourself?
Which one?
Can you show him please the implementation of council resolutions of 18 December? You have it? It's like this. Like this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
According to my document, the last one.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
Now it is Matengarofu who is signed.
Yes. This one was addressed to the chamber secretary.
Yes, I know.
Yes, sir.
Were you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Did it come after the discussion with your colleague?
I was copied this one, yes.
Yeah. Did you associate yourself with that?
No, it only came as a copy.
Did you make any comment? Did you comment about that?
No, I did not. Because
did you disapprove?
No. It was, for me, I was just copied. It was a matter between the Human Capital Director and the Chamber Secretary to discuss.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
Some witnesses who came before you, have you expressed? No, all right, no, that's fine. Express satisfaction with your performance.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You may be excused.
Thank you so much.
Yes. We might call you back if there's anything that you need.
Certainly, sir.
We want to come back.
I'll be available.
Yeah, thank you very much for cooperating.
Then, Chair, the request for the cattle sales sheet.
Yes. Can you bring those by what, tomorrow? 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock? What time do you need?
Try and take them by tomorrow afternoon, by lunchtime. So.
Before lunch?
Before lunch. Okay. We'll
Yes, fine. Thank you.
Okay.
And give to the ladies.
Thank you.
Yes.
Record the next witness.
Yes, next witness, please.
We record Jacob Mafume. The witness is now in
Yes.
attendance.
Yes, fine.
Last time he did administer his own oath. I'm not sure whether that is going to be the position again.
Yes. Jacob Mafume. State your full names, please.
Jacob Mafume.
Right. Take an oath.
Okay, I do swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God.
Thank you. You may sit down.
Maybe you forgot to say and nothing else but the truth.
It's implied.
It's the complete. So one nothing else but the truth.
So who's going to ask? Are you going to ask questions?
Some few questions.
Again, may I remind you that this is not a political rally. It's not a political meeting. You are not under trial, either civil or criminal. You are merely assisting us to find out what has been happening.
I'm guided you, my
Yes,
Lord.
and I also want to ask you to raise your voice because everyone in this room wants to hear what you are telling us.
I'm guided, my Lord.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for coming again to assist this commission.
Thank you.
You recall that when you adjourned, we were discussing issues to do with financial management in this city of Harare.
Yes.
Governance issues as well.
Yes.
If I can still remind you, you recall that you had indicated that in fact there is some financial mismanagement within the city of Harare.
Yes.
You also noted that there are some governance issues, problems within the city of Harare.
Yes.
Starting from that point, Councillor Mafume, would you admit that in fact there is no distinction between perhaps the executive functions of the town clerk and that of the office of the mayor and councillors?
I would not. It's clearly laid out in the Act. There is a distinction.
In as much as that may be laid down in an act, but on the ground, that distinction is missing.
I would disagree with you.
Okay, thank you. I will ask you to have a look at this document which you have before us, dated 29 January 2025.
Yes.
What is that document? Exhibit 74.
It is a document requesting an urgent meeting on critical shortage and absence of printing equipment, accessories, and stationery across council departments.
Okay. In fact, that memo was generated to all chairpersons of committees, the acting town clerk, all heads of department, supply chain manager, head information, communication and technology, CTC, all department of finance and admin officers. You confirm that? And
yes.
That was generated by the chamber secretary.
Yes.
Confirm that the meeting which was being called for was to do with procurement of bond paper, printers, cartridge, duplicating tissue, toner, ink, and other accessories. Confirm that,
yes,
according to the contents of the letter.
Yes, critical shortage
Yes.
thereof.
Of toner.
Yes.
And you call council chairperson to attend that meeting. Is that not a procurement meeting, Councillor Mafume?
No, it's a critical shortage. We were getting reports that people were not paying because the city council had run out of receipts, we had run out of bond paper, people were going to remembrance to our district offices and failing to pay. And the chamber secretary generated that office because residents were queuing up, and this is the end of the month. This is where we get most of our payments.
Let's get it right. Is this not a procurement issue, Councillor Jacob Mafume?
It is a procurement issue, but not a procurement meeting.
Okay.
It's a procurement issue, yes. It's not a procurement meeting.
Is it not a procurement issue?
It is a procurement issue. People were failing to receipt. This is the end of the month. This is where we got most of our revenues. People were turning up at remembrance and they were being told that there were no bond paper, toner to print receipts for the money that they were paid. I can't imagine anything more urgent in my life as a mayor or councillor. The fact that people are being turned away from district offices to avoid paying because there is a critical shortage of toner, bond paper, and so forth.
Is it not
No, hold on. Can we give you that note?
He has a copy.
No, you took it.
Okay.
You keep on referring to critical, the use of word critical. Are you right?
Yes.
Read the first sentence. So read it loud.
Please be advised that my committee's division ran out of printing cartridges, printers, bond paper, duplicating tissue, toner, ink, and other accessories since the previous year.
Right, let's talk there. The word critical is not in that sentence, is that right?
In the first sentence, it comes in the second.
That's what I'm referring to.
Yes.
It's not there.
It's not there.
Right, fine. Read the second sentence.
There is also critical shortage of typing.
Stop there. There is also critical. Right. Of
Typing, printing, and electronic agendas and minutes equipment. That is iPads, laptops, scanners, and desktops.
Right, fine. So, am I correct to say that the first sentence refers to the normal shortages, and the second one to the critical shortages?
The wording would suggest so.
Good. Please proceed.
Thank you. In fact, I put it to you, Councillor, that these are issues which the town clerk can deal with. There is no need for council committee chairperson to be part and parcel of these meetings. Is that not correct?
That is not correct, because if it
So
is,
the town clerk cannot deal with these issues.
we have a situation.
Procuring a town
Hold
cartridge.
on.
Sorry.
In all fairness,
Okay. Thank you.
the mayor is in charge of us all. We are all his subjects. We must allow him to answer.
Okay.
If he's going out like a rally, I'll tell him not to.
Okay.
Right, fine. Answer that question. Let's not cut the witness. It's good information. Which
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Yes, fine. Ask
In
the
all
questions,
fairness,
allow them to ask.
Yes,
these are issues for the town clerk
the-
and the executive function of the other city council.
May I also ask your worship
Is that not
that
correct?
you should wait for the questions to be completed.
yes.
Is that
Don't
not correct?
anticipate questions.
Okay.
Right.
Is that not correct, Councillor?
The issues that are being addressed in this memo are in the purview of the Chamber Secretary's office. The Chamber Secretary's office is the office that has to ensure that minutes are generated and the rest of the things that are there, that are mentioned in that letter. And the moment he fails to have this equipment, he is unable to start the processes of council. If you don't have toner cartridge to do the minutes, you don't have the typing of the minutes thereof, it therefore means that all council proceedings that are then required to record the decisions of council, the resolutions, cannot proceed. So if you have a meeting of a committee and you don't have all these utensils, then it therefore means you cannot proceed and the Chamber Secretary fails in his task. And that is why, and the Chamber Secretary, in terms of the Act, that is why the Chamber Secretary probably felt that it was necessary to alert the chairpersons of committees. We have just opened council. The chairpersons of committee want their committees to start.
Okay. Can you read paragraph 2 for yourself quickly? Loudly.
The attention of various committees was drawn to the problem, and various resolutions were made by Council, the Human Resources and General Process Committee, Audit and Finance and Development Committees on need to procure the equipment and accessories, including toilet paper and detergents, etc., etc.
So calling council chairperson to sit over a procurement meeting for even toilet papers. So
If you have never had a stomach ache, it sounds, it sounds minor. But you've got councillors that are supposed to meet. My understanding of this memo was probably the Chamber Secretary's mere caupa as to explain why the committees were unable to function. In fact, it's the Chamber Secretary probably reporting on the people who are supposed to ensure that council operates, to say that I cannot allow the committees to function because I do not have these necessary papers.
All right, put it this way. Were you appraised of these issues before the Chamber Secretary wrote a letter to the committees?
Well, I was appraised. I've been appraised in a way of the issues that were there. But when he wrote this memo, he then explained to me
requirement of this equipment. That is what is coming out from the last paragraph.
yes.
Thank you, Your Worship.
The
You may
equipment.
end there. Thank you. Yes. Don't we have a functional procurement management unit department in council?
We don't have.
Are you sure?
I'm sure we don't have a functional procurement department in council. In fact,
Don't we have a procurement management unit?
we have a procurement management unit, but
Okay.
it is not functional, in my own opinion and in the evidence at hand.
Are you sure it is not functional? Because actually, if I'm not mistaken, a witness from the PM unit gave evidence. And you are saying you do not know about that department?
No.
The functionality of that department?
I said we have a procurement department.
Sorry,
Yes, there is a procurement department. I said, I did not say I did not know
Okay.
the existence of the procurement
There you are.
department.
No,
So
that's
it is not functional. That is the question, Your Honor.
but it is there.
It is there.
But you are saying it's not functional.
In my view, it is a dysfunctional department, and I can substantiate.
Thank you.
Why is it not functioning?
There are many other reasons, incompetence, and I'll cite one of the biggest procurement issues we have had. The council has been operating without an ERP since 2019.
Okay, so we'll come to that issue.
Okay.
Failure to secure an ERP. We'll come to that issue.
Yes. We almost failed to do the master plan process until the minister had to write a letter to myself addressed to the mayor to say that if the master plan is not procured by such and such a date, he was going to dissolve or take drastic action against the council.
Yes.
We then again...
Yes, that's fine. I thought you were going to deal with the issues which were recently...
Which?
The issues which were recently issued by the two...
Yes, that is...
Yeah, just deal with that.
Those are the
let's
issues.
leave out these other issues about the ERP.
Yeah.
Let's deal with this, which were recently by the last two witnesses.
Okay. In fact, it is the witness who volunteered that, but we'll come to that. Don't rush to that issue, Councillor. So, in fact, we have overwhelming evidence that you are interfering with the executive functions of the council. What is your comment?
There can't be overwhelming evidence because I'm not. I'm not interfering. I'm playing an oversight role of the functions of council. I question, I ask them, I demand of documents, I demand action, and I purely within the oversight role that is vested in me and us as the council.
How often do you attend collective bargaining agreements meetings?
The collective bargaining agreements meeting?
Yes.
I don't attend the collective bargaining agreement myself. I attend the meetings to set the tone, to give direction in terms of where we ought to be, whether we have money, what needs to be done, what frameworks there is. Then we have the councillors and our negotiating teams negotiate.
In fact, the whole mayor attending collective bargaining agreement meetings. There was a meeting which was held recently in Mutali, and you attended.
Yes.
What role were you playing at that meeting?
I have to give a framework. Currently, we are in a difficult operating environment. We employ almost close to 9,000 employees. We have a salary bill per month that goes to about $2 million a month. The moment we stop and we are unable to have harmonious labor relations with the employees, the trade unions, then all the functions of council will grind to a halt. More often than not, they require me to attend to deal with issues of explaining why salaries are late, why we can't give them a particular increment. Sometimes they need to be paid in US dollars. I have to explain why we can't pay in US dollars. And sometimes our executives have got huge salaries.
Don't volunteer what would not have been asked.
Okay. You've asked me why a whole mayor would attend a collective bargaining agreement. I can't imagine any other useful use of my time, because as I've come to the commission, our nurses are threatening to go on a go-slow. We have 800 nurses, and if I am unable to persuade them not to go on a go-slow, we've got cholera, we've got diarrhea, the rains are coming. And
which question are you answering?
The reason why I participate in collective bargaining agreements.
Okay.
I have to participate.
And you also attend Harare Municipality Medical Aid Association meetings?
Yes.
All the meetings?
Not all the meetings. No, not all the meetings. Harare Medical Association developed a problem. They bought a house.
Okay,
owned
you
by...
attend the questions. Do you
no, I don't attend all of them. I only attended the ones to deal with a theft that had occurred. There's what is Dr. Kereke sold us a suburban house in Rua, where Hamas paid $1 million for that particular house. The workers are not, the medical aid is being denied, at hospitals. Doctors are not using it. Properties are being bought, and the title deeds are not given to council. Money is being paid twice. My workers are not getting treatment. And I went to ask what was happening with the medical aid, because as council, we were remitting. And
Okay, hold on. These are ordinary Harare municipality medical aid association meetings.
okay.
There's a register. We're going to produce a register.
I did attend, because $1 million had been stolen. How can it be ordinary? When people take $1 million to buy a house in Rua, workers don't get treatment in the hospitals. And all I did was to ask, as the mayor, can I have an explanation as to where this money has gone to? Why did they buy that particular house in Rua?
Okay,
They bought.
You have told us that.
There are 4 other
I
houses.
said you have told us.
No, wait. But there are 4.
No, I'm asking questions. You're answering questions.
Okay. But it's not an ordinary meeting when $1 million is stolen. That's
No,
all I can
in
say.
fact, we will produce a register so that you attend these meetings to whip your direction and for financial gains, because you get allowances for attending
No,
those
the only meetings that I have attended were the
No,
ones.
answer
the
yes
question. That is why you attend those meetings.
No, I don't. I don't attend to do that.
You will produce a register to show that you are not telling the truth. Remember, you've taken oath.
Yeah, but the minutes are there, and those are the questions that we asked.
Okay, now, you were allocated a stand in Mount Pleasant.
Yes,
That is your ward, isn't it?
yes,
You are aware that in terms of the regulations, as a councillor, councillors are supposed to be allocated stands.
in their ward, yes.
Yes.
Yes,
You agree with me?
that's what the circular from the ministry says, and that is
And
what.
nothing else?
What do you mean, nothing else?
You are not supposed to get any other allocations from the council. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, who is?
Well, I don't agree with that question.
Okay, you have agreed with me.
No,
Please.
there are other things that we get in terms of the circular.
Like what?
Like you are entitled to a commercial stand. The only difference is that you.
Yes, a commercial stand,
Yes,
yes.
you get a commercial stand. You are entitled to a grave. You are entitled
Grave,
to.
yes, it's common cause, yes.
You are entitled to a motorbike, a car if you are a mayor.
Yes, a car, yes.
And another fuel, phone, airtime, and so forth, as determined by the.
Right, okay.
Okay,
Tell us about the issue of residential accommodation. You are only allowed how many? Allocated 1 or 2?
A stand, yes.
Yeah.
You are only allowed
One stand.
one stand.
Then 1 commercial stand.
One commercial stand. Well, yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Anything state, any movable property?
Any
other immovable property?
Other immovable property you'll have to purchase or lease, depending on the circumstances.
Thank you very much for being honest. You have a mayor's mansion.
Theoretically, yes.
Yes. Why? It is there physically available, isn't it?
No, it was occupied by the staff, by.
Okay.
No, but it is a mayor's mansion.
Yes, they say it is a mayor's mansion.
Ordinarily, that is where the mayor is supposed to be listed.
Yes, ordinarily, yes.
So it is in existence.
Yeah, it exists. It's in a dilapidated state.
It is in existence.
Yes, it is in existence, but it's being used as offices for council.
By choice.
Not by choice. Well, we found it there from the previous. It was built during Mayor Tawengwa's time.
Yeah.
And
is there anything which prevents you from occupying that house?
yes, they are using it as an office. Firstly, it is a huge palatial.
No. Is there anything which can prevent you from occupying that house after renovations to your choice? Because it belongs to the mayor.
Yeah, but normally it's difficult to occupy it. The place is so big that the renovations would cost more than purchasing a house, and because of the needs that we are faced with, it's very difficult for any mayor of Harare to take occupation of that mansion.
So what prevents you from taking it?
It was never renovated, nor was I offered to take the place.
But it's a condition of service. Condition of service.
It is a condition of service. There is nothing, my lord, that prevents anybody a mayor elected to occupy.
So it's available to you.
It's available to you if they spruce it up.
Non-occupation is by choice. Sprucing up is by choice, to your own choice.
Non-occupation is really not by choice. It's in a everybody who becomes a mayor or gets an office, a public office, would want to occupy the house for the conditions of service. But in my case,
in other words, am I correct in saying that the mayor's house or mansion is part of the conditions of service?
Yes, it is part of the conditions of service.
And it's available?
Yes, a city should offer.
No. I'm talking about the availability. It's available for anyone to occupy, subject, of course, to the renovations.
Yes.
If money is available.
If money is available, the one will be able to take occupation.
Right, fine.
Thank you. But you confirm that you were allocated number 9 Drummond Chaplain, Milton Park.
Yes, I asked.
Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct. But
in what state was it?
It's still not ready for occupation as well.
Is it being renovated?
No, it's not being renovated.
Okay. Is that lawful?
Yes, it is.
Because you are not entitled to a residential estate. I mean, to a resident, but to a state.
No, as a councillor, you are
a councillor.
And a mayor.
Yes.
As a mayor, I'm entitled to a mayor's residence. There is no specific address.
No, you have your mayor's mansion, which is there.
No, a mayor's residence is an entitlement. You can, wherever you are, no matter how less palatial it looks, can be the mayor's mansion. A mayor can get a residence at any address that the council is able to afford. I would go.
So in other words, there are 2 residents now for the mayor. There will be 2 residents for any mayor.
There will be 2. It can only be one. If you are not using it as a residence and it's being used by council as offices, it ceases to be a mayoral residence because the whole entirety of it is being used as council, as a council office.
The mayor's house, or call it a palace, whatever they call it.
Yeah, palace. Yeah.
The mayor's palace, which we are entitled to, we are not using.
Yes, it's occupied by.
Right. No.
I'm not using. Yes.
Right. Number 9, Drummond Chaplain Road, Milton Park, which was allocated to you.
I'm not
using. Are you resident there?
No, I'm not resident there.
You are not using it?
I'm not using it.
Hold on. Hold on. So you have got 2 properties which were allocated to you as by office of being a mayor, which you are not using. Am I correct? That correct?
Yes, I'm not using them.
So where do you stay?
I stay at the house that I bought for myself from my proceeds of legal practice.
The house which Jack built?
Eh?
The house which Jack built?
Yes, the house that Jack built.
Fine. Where is this house which Jack built?
It's in Belvedere.
Yeah, where in Belvedere?
9 Sky Master.
9 Sky Master. All right.
Do you know that you can have an inspection in local and go to number 9 Sky Master in Belvedere? You are not resident at number 9 Sky Master. Tell the truth.
Right, fine, just hold on. Officer,
Tell the truth. Because we have
is this the
evidence.
house? Is this house I'm showing now?
Yes, which house?
Yes. The one in Sky Master.
That's the house that I own. Yes.
That's the house.
Yes, that's the house. That's the.
Yeah, fine, thank you.
Tell the truth.
That house is you bought to?
That house I bought for myself.
Yeah, okay. So who stays then in these other houses?
No one stays in those other houses.
Drummond, Chaplain, no one stays there.
There were people who were staying there illegally. It was an abandoned. What happened is that one of the workers of council, who was fired 15 years ago, left their relatives there. They were.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
That's fine. So
is it occupied now?
It's not occupied. It has 2 nobukeris and cobras in it. It's
Okay.
defunct.
So is that being looked after by security reasons by council employees at all, or personnel, police?
As with council, if the committee the commission.
No. As of now, is it being guarded?
Yeah, as of now, it is being secured by.
Who is guarding it?
The council employees.
Right. And at your residence now in Sky Master, is it guarded?
No, they are not guarding the house. They've never guarded I've never been provided with a guard or domestic worker.
The Sky Master is not guarded.
The Sky Master is not guarded. I've never been guarded, my lord. I've not had the best of relationships with the staff in my previous tenure, and they said that for them to be able to provide me with a guard or any other help that is normal for any other mayor in any other jurisdiction, they've said that they would require ministerial authority, and I just thought it would be just too cumbersome for me to focus on those issues, and I've never really gone beyond. When I asked them to say, why am I not being guarded and so forth, they said that they would require ministerial authority, and they never got that ministerial authority.
Okay. In fact, number 9, Drummond, Chaplain Road, is under renovation for you to occupy. It's actually under renovation. That is the evidence that we have on the record here.
That's a lie. Who would want to lie like that? The place is a derelict, abandoned property. Even no one can live there. No dime of council money has been used to renovate that premise. In fact, it had been abandoned.
Okay, fine. Why did you accept such a property?
Well, before.
Why did you accept such a property?
Before it had been.
It's not capable of human habitation. Why
At the present moment, well, I only discovered its state after the processes had gone through, because it was physically being occupied.
But why did you not inspect it?
There were people there, and that had illegally occupied.
Be honest with us, Councillor.
Lynette, my colleague, we can go and do an inspection in loco at that property. There are no renovations being done. And you would actually feel sorry for me for even suggesting that the mayor of Harare can stay in such a place.
Okay, fine. Let's go to number 9, Sky Master.
That's mine.
You are lying that you are resident there, because you are actually building a complex to accommodate students from Yiti University.
Yes, I am.
You are not resident there. Correct?
Yes.
Why did you lie that you are residing in number 9 Sky Master?
I did not.
Why did you lie?
I did not lie. That's my place. That is my place of residence. I only moved this month to a rented property just to do those renovations.
I asked you as to where you are residing. You said number 9 Sky Master, Belvedere. You very well know that, in fact, you are not residing in that place. You are developing that place for the purpose of accommodating students from
Yes,
Vita University.
I'm accommodating
Right,
that.
let me ask the question. You remember you told us that you live at 9 Sky Master,
That's the house that I bought, yes.
Belvedere.
Yes.
You live there.
Yes, I've lived there.
No, do you live
No,
there?
as of today, I'm in a temporarily rented place for 6 months.
So you are not being truthful when you said you are resident there.
Oh, that's my apologies there, my lord, but that's my place of residence.
What are you apologizing?
For that miscommunication. I only,
You were misleading.
no, I was not misleading.
Sorry?
I was not misleading, my lord. The record will show that as of, or the facts on the ground will show as of sometime in January this year. That is where my family has
So
lived.
when did you, where did you come out? Where did you come from this morning?
This morning I came from Greendale, number 110. Greendale.
We'll go to Greendale. Don't worry.
To number 110?
Greendale, yes.
What is the address there?
110 Coronation Road.
110 Coronation Road, Greendale.
Yes.
When did you move there?
Sometime early January, just mid-January.
This year.
Yes, this year.
It's a new house.
It's not a new house. It's a rented accommodation.
How much is it pay per month?
It's about 2,000.
2,000.
No.
And how much would it cost to renovate the number 9 Drummond Chaplain?
How much would it cost to renovate number 9? It will cost a lot of money for a person to then be able to reside there. We have, I would estimate that it would come to about maybe 80 to 100,000.
Where were you staying before you moved to number 110 Coronation?
I was staying at number 9 Sky Master.
So why did you move from there?
Why I moved, partly because the reason why I'm developing students' accommodation.
So you left because you're now turning it into a commercial enterprise?
Yeah, I'm now turning it into a commercial
enterprise.
And also I felt that it would not be appropriate for my status as the mayor to be then living with students in terms of the space that they need. Your worship, the issue is, as a mayor, one gets only $95. And if you don't create alternative forms of income in terms of building this accommodation, running a law firm, you will soon not be able to live in the city that you are running.
Honor, Your Worship, I think you are not telling the truth. In fact, when did you buy number 9 Sky Master? You bought it recently, isn't it?
No, I didn't buy it recently.
When?
I bought it about 3 to 4 years ago. I mean, the title deeds are there, the agreements are there. It was done.
You bought it 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Sometime.
You're not a mayor then?
I was.
Were you a mayor then?
Yeah, I was a mayor, but not.
You bought it in year 2023.
Let me explain. I was.
Did you buy it in 2023?
No, I didn't buy it in 2023.
No.
Bring us
Were you a mayor then?
Yes, I was a mayor then, but during
That's what I want.
during that time I was on suspension.
No, that's what I want to know. You were a mayor when you bought that house?
Yes.
Why do you volunteer information? I bought it when I was on suspension. Who asked you about it? Or your status when you bought it?
I told you.
What are you trying to avoid?
It's an inquiry, and I'm assisting the inquiry. If you were accusing me of something else, my answers will be guarded, and I would not be as volunteering of information as I am.
Yes.
But I've been advised that this is an inquiry, and it's of public interest for people to understand how and why and when I acquired the property that I have.
Yes.
Okay.
Just hold on. When were you allocated number 9 Drummond Chaplain?
The council resolutions were done, I think, either in November last year or December, one of the 2 council sittings.
Not earlier than that?
No, not earlier than that.
Who is paying rent in Greendale?
Oh, well, I'm paying rent in Greendale.
Not the council.
No, the council has never been that kind to me, my lord. The council when they occupied the property, they never pay for the mayor. They've never offered to pay for my rentals, even when they've occupied the mayoral mansion. They've never offered to pay for things that are normally paid for a mayor, things like gardener, security, and so forth. None of that.
So are you deriving income from a Sky Master?
Yes, I am driving income.
Okay.
I am driving income, yes.
Would I be wrong to say that, in fact, the developments which you are undertaking at number 1 Sky Master, they were not 9. They were not approved by council.
Well,
not to think
yeah, I have a contract. Well, my wife normally takes that that side of business, but I have a contractor and a builder who ought to.
Under the question.
To my knowledge, everything is above board.
Are you able? We want you to bring approved plan for that project, because that project was not approved by council. You did not pay for any. You did not make any application to undertake that project.
Or perhaps did you? Did you make an application to?
Yes, I have a contractor that I've used. We've made the application. We've made the applications to.
Is it under your name or under a company?
It's under my wife and my name. It's
jointly owned.
It's jointly owned.
Do you remember at any stage applying for that stage?
I remember her advising me that I'd advised her to follow all the procedures that are required together with the contractor, and I remember her telling me that building inspectors have come.
Is she a lawyer?
No, she's not. She's.
Did you see the documents which we?
There are documents that I've seen, but I have not paid that much attention to detail. But
do you know that the legal requirements were complied with regards to acquisition of that stand?
Yes, with regards to the acquisition.
Acquisition, application.
Yeah,
the compliance.
I know the compliance issues. I've emphasized them. I'll check on the papers that we have, and I'll be able to bring them.
Do you know whether she complied with the building laws?
Yes, she has assured me that we have complied with.
You have seen that?
Yeah, I've seen some documents, but okay. I'll bring the documents that she has.
You've seen some documents?
Yes.
Which ones?
I have not, my lord, I have not paid particular attention to that project because she has been running with it. So, but I will get up to speed as to what she has done and how far she has gone.
As a lawyer and mayor of the city which you are running, you didn't feel, or you didn't see the need for you to see that the documents... I
do have the, the title deeds, I do have the title deeds, I do have the plan and the signatures that were put there. They are endorsed by our inspectors. So I know that the signatures were put there.
So in other words, the plans were approved?
Yes, the plans were approved. To my knowledge, the plans were approved. Yes.
I will put it to that they were not approved. Tomorrow, we want you to bring your application forms for that property, the application fees for the approval of plans, the development fees. Bring the receipts tomorrow.
Okay, I'll bring.
And the approved plan, please bring all those things tomorrow.
Okay.
And again, if it is suggested to you that in fact you were in favor of Q providing ERP to the council, to city council, but your management is resisting, what is your comment?
Yes, that's true.
And you want Q to provide services?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, it's okay, it's okay.
No,
it's okay.
I have to explain.
It's okay, don't explain.
No, wait. Let me answer, because you are intimating an untoward relationship towards it, and I feel.
No, I'm not.
Let me explain. I have made it on record, on council. Quill Associates was summarily dismissed in 2019 by management. I disagreed with management when they dismissed Quill Associates summarily. It was dismissed and they said that we will get a new ERP. It was dismissed because it had charged us 75,000 US dollars.
You know what? All those facts are for us.
Oh, okay.
So there's no need for you to explain.
But then I need to be able to clarify.
What I wanted is for you to
And
confirm that.
why I'm in favor of that is because it was recommended by the Parliamentary Accounts Committee. It was also recommended by the Auditor General that Quill Associates come back to recover the lost 200 million. And they mentioned the figure that because we removed Quill Associates, 200 million went missing from the council coffers.
Right, Councillor, it may be suggested to you that the reason why you are pushing for Quill is that you got a kickback of $200,000, which you used to procure the Belvedere property number 9 Sky Master.
That's a lie.
What is your comment?
That's a lie.
No, we'll get to the bottom of it. When the right time comes. For now, we are doing the inquiry.
He has denied. You've denied.
Yes, you have denied.
I denied.
All right, I think suitable time for us to adjourn for the day. We'll continue tomorrow.
Yes.
The matter is postponed to tomorrow, which is the 5th of February 2025, 900 hours for the continuation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You may be excused, Mayor.
Yes, you may be reminded to bring the documents I have made reference
Please
to.
bring all the documents. And also bear in mind that you are still under oath.
Yes. No, I'll bring everything.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. One of these is
No, just hold on, just take your time until allow us to arise, then you can search for it.
Oh, okay. He was looking at me as if I'm not supposed to be in here.
No. No.
I want to see whether he's speaking the correct phone. Yeah? We are about to start now.